this episode of Revv, we have a BMW. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Revv Evolution. And today we will be bringing you a car that has been around for more than 40 years. We're talking about the BMW 3 Series, which has sold more than 15 million units worldwide. And the model that we have for you today is the BMW 318i Sports. Right folks, so what can you expect with the all-new BMW 3 Series, which by the way is in its 7th generation? Well, according to BMW, it's moving up its game by offering you more driving dynamics, also premium quality and tons of innovation. And on top of that, it's longer, taller and wider. And what does it do to the car? Well, it gives it more poise and grace. One of the features of the BMW 3 Series is its comfort access system, and how that works is, as long as you have your key with you, as you get closer to the car, it unlocks, and as you walk away from the car, it will automatically lock as well. it's now time to summarize our drive experience with the all-new BMW 318i. And of course, being the base model, you may feel that you're missing out on some of the features which is available in its other models. Well, to be honest, what it's missing in those areas, it really makes up in terms of its technology and the way it handles. And if you're looking for something with better specs, well, there's also the BMW 320 i Series, which you have the choice of either the M Sport or the Luxury. We want to say a big Revv evolution thank you to our friends over at BMW for allowing us to have the BMW 318i for our presentation. To find out more about Revv evolution and all the things you've done, whether it's our cars, our food, our technology, do remember to check out our website right over there. Till we catch you again, this is Renee, signing off.